Welcome back. I'm your host, Noah Ballmer. Over the last two episodes, Russ walked us through the founding of Roundtable Group, the realities of the expert witness industry, and why, after 30 years, he felt compelled to build something new. Today, we get into the what and the how. What is the Expert Witness Club? How does it work? And what does it mean for the thousands of expert witnesses out there who have never had a resource like this before? If you've been listening and thinking this sounds like something you need, this is the episode for you. Russ, let's get into it.
I'm so happy to be here with you again, Noah. Thanks for having me.
Of course. For someone hearing about the Expert Witness Club for the first time, how would you describe the foundation? Like, what are the core pillars that everything else flows from?
If I were to imagine three pillars, I would say the fundamental aspect that makes our Expert Witness Club so unique is attorney insights. And I have joked with you before, Noah, that for my first 32 years in this business, it's been professors and other experts as the faculty and lawyers, litigators as the clients. But now we've turned the table, and it's really accomplished and elite litigators, for the most part, are great clients over the years, who are now serving as the faculty. Now it's the lawyers serving as the faculty, teaching the experts about expert witness best practices. So, it's not theory, but real candid perspective on how experts are evaluated, how they're challenged, how they're relied upon in high stakes matters. And I'm, especially proud of our faculty members, for lack of a better term, who are those elite lawyers. Really, if I may just be candid, are great clients at so many top AmLaw 200 law firms and boutique firms. We're so proud at Roundtable Group to literally have worked with numerous partners at literally 100% of the AmLaw 200 firms. And some subset of our clients are just naturally gifted on the expert witness side. They're the ones who train experts, who lead mock trials, who know every aspect. So I think the first pillar of our Expert Witness Club is, like any good university, the faculty who, in our case, are just elite and highly accomplished lawyers. The second pillar, I guess I would call it expert interaction, peer-to-peer collaboration with fellow expert witnesses. And one unique part of our Expert Witness Club, Noah, is some of our members have not even served as an expert witness before. They're professors and others who aspire to the craft because, if I may say, it's a pretty good gig.
It's a great gig.
If you're a professor or a practitioner and want to apply your craft in very important legal matters, and really serve the cause of justice, which I think every expert should, and be well paid for it. What's not to like about being an expert witness? I'm really passionate about, this is the world's greatest side hustle in my highly biased experience, but it's unlike most other side hustles. There's so much at stake, and it's such important work. And, it's really part of Americana, and, the traditions of, serving as expert witnesses literally go back to Roman times. I describe kind of the origin and genesis of expert witnesses in my book, The Scholar's Treasure. So I think, we're also quite excited about this second pillar, which is collaboration with fellow experts. Some are fellow newbies. Others are that rare breed of experts who've been veteran testifying experts for decades and are graciously sharing their experience with fellow members. And it's like everybody in between. And one cool aspect of our club being built in 2026 is we can use, really cool platforms and technologies and AI and other cutting edge techniques to make that kind of peer-to-peer interactive experience so good with fellow experts, where you can, even in a chat sort of setting, be able to ask questions and, hey, I have like this very unique situation in my current case. How have others handled it? So that's kind of the second pillar, this peer-to-peer interaction with fellow experts. The third pillar, Noah, is, I guess I would call it, for lack of a better term, practical application.
Sure.
We have kind of a new school. We've set up essentially a college or university about training great experts to become great expert witnesses. But it's not my favorite normal subject, which is liberal arts and literature and reading the great books of our era. This one is highly practical. And so the only thing this club focuses on is real cases and real engagements. There's no sort of abstraction in our work. Members walk away from nearly every session with something they can use on their very next matter, whether it's report writing, whether it's depositions, whether it's excelling in testifying context like a great orator, whether it's withstanding withering cross-examination from opposing counsel, or even just kind of the nuts and bolts of how to do invoices and billing rates and discovery considerations and confidentiality. It's all there in the Expert Witness Club. So those are kind of the three main pillars. One, the quality of the faculty, the world's leading litigators who are just especially gifted on expert-related topics. Two, the peer-to-peer interaction with fellow experts. And three, just the laser-focused applicability of our content to your daily walk as an expert witness.
Let's dig into the specifics a little bit. What does the actual programming look like week to week? In other words, what can a member expect when they show up?
Yeah, there's live programming, there's webinars, there's discussions, there's what we call share and learn sessions led by litigators and other seasoned experts. I think it's the live programming, notwithstanding, Noah, that we're kind of at the cutting edge here and we have all these technologies and AI and new kinds of erudition that has like only just become feasible. Notwithstanding all these innovations, it's still the live programming. That's the heartbeat of the club. If you can attend the live session, that's like one of the highest value add. If you can't attend it, it's second best. I mean, they're all recorded and you can watch it at your convenience. But, members get, I think we're still calling it webinars, which is a cool term. And they're frequent. They're weekly at minimum, and they cover the full scope of expert practices, from how experts position and market themselves, how they get gigs, to how their work is evaluated in reports and depositions and at the trial. And, just over the past 3 months, the club has been covering so many topics like medical experts in litigation and courtroom presence and delivery, kind of the theatrics of being in the courtroom, building credibility under intense scrutiny by highly skilled opposing counsel, depositions and trial strategy. And, sessions are led by experienced attorneys and seasoned experts, and they're designed to be candid and immediately applicable. And kind of the best case is if you can attend those live, but we're building so many cool technologies and kind of search functions that the exact kind of piece of content you need at any given time in the future will be easy for you to find. But, beyond these webinars, beyond the sheer frequency and excellence of our live programming, we've also kind of taken a modern, high-tech approach to peer discussions and small group networking sessions. We're just kind of, in the confidential confines of our club. Of our members-only club. Fellow experts can network with each other and learn from each other and kind of ask real questions in real time from their peers about very nuanced topics related to the expert witness experience. I recall one member recently, a manufacturing expert named Eli, he put it so well when he said, "There's nothing like this currently out there," which just makes me so proud because it's just like this intersection of very rigorous content with peer networking and a lot of high-tech bells and whistles to just make it more efficient and easy to learn at exactly the right time in the right place.
You started to allude to this, but beyond the live sessions with attorneys, experts, and myself, what else do members have access to, and why does that matter for somebody with a busy schedule who can't always attend live? You mentioned pre recorded sessions. What other resources do experts have at the ready with the Expert Witness Club?
I think one of the resources I'm most proud of and that I find really kind of at the intersection of highly innovative but also old school is a kind of a library of sorts. And remember, I told the story of the founding of Roundtable Group in a library at Northwestern University. Libraries are such ancient and interesting things. You know, libraries haven't changed that much in the past 2,000 years. And I love being in libraries, and they're so beautiful. And I feel like I think better in a library. And there is a kind of a limited, but still pretty large set of literature that's about expert witnesses. There's it's not vast like most subject matter experts, but there are, hundreds of articles and books written about various expert witness best practices and nuances. And they're kind of hard to find. There's a few books out there, but they're mostly articles in law journals or, written by individuals. And, we've taken 5 years, Noah, to find them all, read them all, kind of quietly throw out the ones that didn't make the cut and just kind of really build we'll just call it a specialized library of not only written, published material, books and articles, but also templates and shared insights and recordings and written materials in places like the American Bar Association litigation section, which we proudly sponsor and have unique access to. We've really attempted to find the whole subset of scholarship, of scholarly published materials on the topic of expert witnesses and make them available to our members. And so I think that's very unique to have the whole world of organized materials on, beyond the live stuff and networking with peers and all the other things we talked about, having that rigorous content at your fingertips. And I think a cool aspect, it's coming soon, we're not done yet, but we're making it really innovatively high-tech, enjoyably easy in the very near future for our members to search that and to engage with it and to have optionally, if you feel like it, pretty cool high-tech, even AI experiences to better and more enjoyably engage with that material. A lot of our kind of lawyer clients, litigator faculty members, a lot of the members of our expert witness club, they're professors, they like reading articles and books. But these days it's like less common. None of my nephews read articles or books. You engage with your chat bot if you want to learn something. So heck, we're just doing that. I'm actually in the process of creating my own AI avatar. And it's going to be so cool. All of our club members will be invited to do this in the near future and create sort of your digital self, your digital twin. My own digital twin will actually have this whole library. It'll have everything I know and have ever written or taught about related to expert witnesses, as well as this whole learning library, hundreds of articles and materials that are, kind of hard to find. And you can engage with me like you would any chatbot on an expert witness specific topic. And, you'll be able to learn from my digital self because I'll be responding via the full body of literature. And every live webinar we've ever had will be kind of part of this and, every article on the topic. And so, personally, I like reading articles and listening to books, but it's just kind of more and more all the rage these days to kind of engage with your AI bot to learn stuff. So we're making that an option too. I don't want to like go too far with it because it's just like one of many tools we'll be using, but like whatever is your preferred way of learning, we're striving at our Expert Witness Club to make that available to you so you can be on the dot at any place and time when you need to learn something specific about an expert witness best practice.
That's a lot of knowledge. Shifting gears, you've talked a lot about how isolating expert witness work can be. Can you explain what you mean by that and how the club addresses it?
Yeah, up until the creation of our Expert Witness Club, being an expert witness has been a lonely art form. And, I know a lot about this. I'm sort of uniquely positioned to speak on this topic, not just as a guy who helped found the expert witness search and referral industry and who has been connecting experts with litigators for all these years. But I've also had the opportunity to be in university settings. And I was honored for nearly 5 years to be a senior advisor to all the department chairs at the University of Chicago. And it's my thing to hang out at universities, and I'm constantly guest lecturing and adjunct faculty and working with professors and working with experts. And, fun little story, Noah, a lot of the experts who joined us when they were young associate professors in the 90s, they're now deans and provosts and university presidents. Who still serve as expert witnesses. But it's kind of a lonely field because, if you're an academic expert, it's not like necessarily something you talk about. Like you don't boast with your peers and colleagues that you're like, I'm doing expert witness work on the side. All kinds of emotions come out, and there's, a lot of academics who don't want to do, any sort of consulting, anything other than teaching and research. There are those who do it and like proudly talk about it, and there are those who do it, but, prefer to keep it quiet. So it's always been kind of a lonely profession. There's never really been a way to like engage with peers because you don't necessarily want to talk about like your side hustle with your colleagues. So that's one of the things I'm excited about with the Expert Witness Club is it's just a fun place, notwithstanding how rigorous it is and how kind of high tech it is. And, the proud group of faculty members who are elite lawyers. This club is being built specifically to close that gap. It's private, it's moderated, it's members only. We have over 100 members already, and it's only like a few weeks old. Soon it'll have thousands of members, but we'll still always be kind of intimate and closed and members only across so many different disciplines. Where whether you're a practitioner or a scholar, you can find your peers, to talk in a kind of closed networking peer-to-peer or one-on-one or small group session about, very nuanced and specialized aspects of your expert witness journey. Fun little quick story is one of our experts, his name is Andrew. He recently described this phenomenon kind of better than I can articulate it. He said, it's clear that this community is being built with intention, and it's something he's been looking for a long time. So I think, so many experts have been dreaming about like a community, a place where they can become better expert witnesses and engage with fellow experts. I'm not even sure most experts, other than Andrew, have been able to articulate the need for this kind of missing thing. But we're so proud to have launched it and to have built it.
We've talked a lot about how we got here. What's the vision for where this goes? What's the future? What does the Expert Witness Club look like in a few years?
Well, it's going to be an association, a trade group, a club, or even a small college. But one of the unique elements of it is that it's like 2026. So we can build it with so many interesting high-tech components. And our roadmap is quite ambitious. I think first and foremost would be the faculty and our structured training components to create a very deep educational experience where the faculty members, for lack of a better term, are the world's most elite famed and feared litigators at top firms and at boutique firms who just happen to have separate expertise related to training and working closely with experts. A second element that I haven't talked too much about is mock trials. Because like any art form, you got to practice. And, there's plenty of places in our club to practice report writing. There's plenty of places in our club to practice and learn about depositions. And there's plenty of places to learn about how to be a great testifying expert. But you got to do it to really master that craft. And it's very hard to get real-time trial experience. So we're working closely with quite a few elite law firms who already have, 50, 100-year-old associate training programs that have a vigorous mock trial component. And these, law firms are very proud of their associate training programs. And, the senior partners serve as the judges. And, in the past, they brought in actors to be the experts, but now we're providing the experts. And in some cases, we're even able to provide experts who literally will be expert witnesses in that firm's forthcoming trial. And so we're really having fun, kind of playing musical chairs and mapping and building out programs where members of our expert witness club are able to get that actual, if not in a courtroom, at least in a very close simulation mock trial experience, either at a law firm or at one of the few nationally recognized organizations that do mock trials. We're partnering with them, and soon we'll have AI and high tech enabled features where you'll have 24/7 access to simulated trial experiences. And that's really fun and being gamified and, giving experts very high-tech and unique opportunities to participate and to get that testifying experience and mock trial experiences across a range of different, actual historical disputes or kind of AI-generated disputes. And just whatever gets you the reps, the practices, that's what we're focused on, that kind of practical, hands-on experience in the courtroom.
Absolutely. Well, for somebody listening right now who's thinking that this sounds like exactly what they've been looking for, what exactly does joining look like, and who is this built for specifically?
We made it very easy to join our club, but only if you're an expert who wants to be an expert witness. So that's kind of the criteria. There's no lurkers in this club. You got to be passionate about becoming an even better expert witness. And you can be in any discipline. It could be a practitioner, it could be a scholar, it could be something in between. It's for people who, have never done it before or who are already seasoned testifying experts and want to share and learn more and give back to their peers. So you don't need prior experience to join. You just need that passion and focus and commitment to our glorious world of expert witnessing, which I've proudly been a part of for 32 years. So I would say this Expert Witness Club is the best place to learn what to expect, how engagements unfold, and how to really become a master of this craft. And I'm embarrassed to say, against my own wishes and judgment, I was totally overruled, and the price of membership is really low. Most of the clubs that I'm a member of, the Entrepreneurs Organization, is $5,000 a year. YPO, which I've been a member of for years, is $10,000 to $20,000 per year. Plus, you have to pay for events and you travel. But we've priced it at $20 a month. It's $150 a year to join this thing, which is I just think it's not going to last long, be assured, because this club is so special to us and we're building it with such passion and focus. And it's the best and only club of its kind. So we've made it really easy to join, but only if you're truly passionate about not just being a great expert, but becoming a very, very excellent expert witness. By the way, once you join, Noah, I'm sorry, but by the way, once you join, it's pretty immediate. You get access to the full community. You get to participate in all the live programming. You get access to every recorded session that we've already done. You get to be part of discussion groups and peer networking. And we've also made it easy to just kind of give it a try. And there's like a whole kind of free first month. And I'm just so passionate about this, Noah. I've been, at the forefront of the expert witness world for my whole professional life, literally since age 22. And this is like my favorite innovation. I'm 55 now. And I'm just starting. I'm a kid in a candy store, and I'm like so passionate and excited about this Expert Witness Club, and especially about you being such an important part of it, and our amazing colleague Emma, who's taking the leadership. And Emma's here watching and listening, and I'm very excited to work with new experts who are watching this very podcast and want to be part of it. And she's graciously invited all of our viewers to just email her with questions and with instructions if they want to join. Her email is Emma, EMMA, at expertwitnessclub.com.
It really is an exceptional value, and I look forward to seeing all of our audience members soon at the club. Russ, thank you so much for joining me here today, giving us the story, letting us know how all of this came to be and where it's going. I can't wait. I know that you can't wait, and I hope that our audience is already signing up as we speak.
Thanks, Noah. This was so much fun. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you all in the Expert Witness Club.
See you all there soon. Cheers.